Hello everyone, I'm Brah Mithra. Today I'm going to be looking at Aeon's Trespass Odyssey, which is a big, huge campaign, narrative, boss battler board game. I love boss battler board games. I play a lot of Kingdom Death. There's other boss battler games I've looked at, talked about, and I've covered them somewhat on the channel and stuff, but there's other ones I do play. This is just that. This is just another very big, huge, long campaign boss battling game where you're going to transition from fighting bosses to spending time on your ship back in your home base, building gear, and then going back out fighting more bosses, doing narrative campaign stuff, boss, campaign stuff, boss, campaign stuff. Very similar to Kingdom Death Monster. Very similar to Kingdom Death Monster. Let's just, full disclosure here, it's going to be really hard to not draw comparisons to Kingdom Death Monster when you're talking about Aeon's Trespass, which is fine, 100% fine with me. Let's talk about Kingdom Death Monster being like it was like a revolutionary type of game on boss battler board game genre and board game campaign style games. Kingdom Death Monster was innovative and unique for when it came out and all that stuff, for what it did to the boss battle system and everything, and it's very influential on other games. But that's not to say that Kingdom Death Monster wasn't influenced by other things. Kingdom Death Monster, as the creator has said, is influenced by, time playing Warhammer, Warhammer Quest. He loved Warhammer Quest board game. He wanted to make a Warhammer Quest game, and he was very influenced by anime, specifically Berserk. This has all been admitted and stuff. So, being influenced and based on something and then making something of it, yeah, sure, this is definitely going to be a Kingdom Death Monster at its base, and you can tell that. And that's what this video is going to be more. I'm going to show you the tutorial. There's a learn to play tutorial like battle in here. It's almost like the prologue in Kingdom Death Monster. It's very close to the prologue in Kingdom Death. It's got a lot of the things. You do your battle, and then it walks you through your first campaign phase and all that stuff. This is just going to be the battle thing, because at its heart, boss battlers, the battle and the boss mechanics and the fight mechanics, and that's the biggest draw to most of these types of games. The campaign stuff is also then interesting. The more interesting, the better. But at its core, it's going to be you've got your 4 survivors, in this game, it's going to be your 4 titans, or you have multiple titans, but whatever, they're titans. And you're going to be fighting, in this instance, it's going to be the Hecaton. There's huge amounts of bosses in this, tons of monsters to fight. Some of them, huge other things based on like Greek and stuff, and then there's, some of them just look like religious angels symbology and stuff like that. So this game is definitely going to be influenced by Kingdom Death Monster, and maybe there's an anime that they really liked, and they threw this, as much as Berserk is in Kingdom Death, there might be an anime that this is really taking from and thrown in here, and this might feel like that anime, just like Kingdom Death kind of feels like Berserk. That might have happened here. I don't know which anime, I'm not gonna say, but let's describe the story. So, you start off as like I said, you'll have these titans. These titans are big things, huge things, because these monsters are gigantic, right? These monsters threaten everything on the planet, right? They're primordials, they're huge. So to fight them, you would need huge things as well. But how do you control these huge titans? You dream walk into them, you control their consciousness, and then these Argonauts, they're pilots, so to say, of these huge titans. They control them they enter like a fluid, an emerald fluid in this thing, and then that connects their consciousness to the Titan, and then it helps them pilot the Titan using this fluid that they get into. The other reason why you need to be piloting the Titan is because these primordials have an Aeon Trespass field around them. Something that, makes them, you're subjectable to when the Titans fight them, because then, they can surpass their field, right? Totally not influenced by any kind of anime or anything like that. Not going to suggest that it is. Then you have the unique things let's talk about the unique things about this Aeon's Trespass game. So you're going to have your typical AI cards. You're going to have 1, 2, and 3 levels of AI cards. Kingdom Death much has AI cards. You're going to have a body part deck. Again, 1, 2, and 3. Kingdom Death has hit location cards. You'll have these trauma cards that are randomized when you take too much damage. You know, they become like different kinds of levels of injuries, different degrees of injuries. Some of them have bonuses and things like that. So these will be the minor, the major, the grave, and the obol. Plus you'll have these condition cards for all kinds of different random conditions that you'll be getting. Again, there's terrain cards and the board's set up. You'll have your monster in the middle and your titans surrounding it as you go to fight it. And you'll have your AI cards, very program driven, tell exactly what the monster will need to do, so you don't need a DM. Game runs on D10s, and then you deal damage with D6s. You'll also have tokens, which is really neat. This game has mechanics that allow you to build token pools and then use them for your attacks. You'll have a Triskelion. Each one of your characters will have a Triskelion. Each one will have a different character pilot card. Each one will get a weapon card, which is, the fists. Just to start off with, you just have your fists. There's a priority target token. All these things. So, that's a quick overview. And I'm going to be 100% transparent. I originally recorded this just trying to do like, hey, this is Aeon's Trespass, I'm going to do my regular Let's Play. Then I was like, you know what? I'll do a different kind of intro. Maybe I'll do some other things as I'm explaining types. But then this is the third time now that I've recorded this. That's why there's been such a big gap between my last episode of Kingdom Death and now, mainly because I just wanted to keep recording this. So it's full transparency. It's just not me to, it feels much more natural for me to just give you my thoughts on it. And I'll do that now, because maybe you don't want to watch me do the whole Let's Play, but coming up, you'll see the whole rules. I'll go all about it. I'll compare it to Kingdom Death. I'll talk about all those things. It's very fun, right? I had fun fighting this. I fought in other stuff. Well, not other stuff yet, but again, the Hecaton again, I fought it 3 times now. It's neat. It's cool, right? You get caught up in it, right? If you like Kingdom Death, there's a lot of interesting stuff in here, right? What I found myself doing was when I was going back and recording all these things and deciding how it is exactly I want to present this, even in a video form, because I know most of my channel will be from Kingdom Death and other boss battle things, so I'm not going to pretend I'm not going to compare and not to talk about it. Originally, I was going to try to do that, but it's just felt weird. It's unauthentic. So, it's very, very Kingdom Death. I enjoy it. All the mechanics are super neat. There's lots of, rules bolded. The cards are laid out pretty much exactly the same. You're going to have fail reaction, critical reactions, wound reactions. You'll have your target closest threat, or, well, not threat, but closest in field of view. There's obscurity, last to wound. All these things, all these triggers, all these target things. If you've played Kingdom Death, Aeon's Trespass will be a breeze to learn, right? So that's why I wanted to talk about this before getting into the Let's Play. But there are some neat and cool differences between Kingdom Death and this. So much so that, I got caught up and lost talking about them even on, Discord or talking. And it was like, wow, how would this work if it was in Kingdom Death? Because this is such a cool thing. Doing this differently, the escalation is really neat. It couldn't happen in a game like Kingdom Death because Kingdom Death's not designed with it, but escalation would be super cool. Got me real excited for Wave 4 of Kingdom Death. It's just fun. Having fun, playing, learning different mechanics. It felt a lot like it. It felt very close to Kingdom Death, and therefore, I'm enjoying it. Doesn't mean I'm going to spend a whole bunch of time devoted to it on the channel. In fact, at the end of this, I leave it open to whether or not you want to see more of it. But I'm fine doing this as a one-off. I'll continue playing it. We'll see. So, here's how you play the intro, or what you'll need for the prologue of Aeon's Trespass. And again, there's rules in here that aren't included in the prologue. The prologue itself, or the learn to play, is great, but it leaves a lot out. So I've taken the time, I've read the rule book, and I've thrown in all the extra stuff that you will probably come across when you play it, and also included other terminology that's just helpful to know for playing the game that not necessarily takes place in the learn to play, but it's neat, so I included those rules as well. So, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. So here we are, everything's all set up. As you can see, we don't have our monster here on the board. The monster will go in the middle, but we don't know exactly how it will face. How we determine this is we draw the top card of the minor trauma deck, and you'll see there's an arrow down here in the bottom. It's pointing upwards, so we'll go ahead and place this card here, have him face the way of that arrow. Return that to the top. Because this is a rigged little like prologue, we know what minor card is going to be there, and we're just going to play through the way the rules tell us. Finally, we need to hand out our priority target token. Normally it would go to the Dreamwalker with the highest rage. However, we get to hand it out since everyone's at 0. So we're going to give it to the guy with the shield here, Herodotus. We're going to go ahead and give him the priority target marker. That's who will start with priority target. Now, what we will do is go through explaining how exactly the hackathon here works. So you're given these cards for the monsters. You can see here, we're going to be fighting the level 0. It has 7+ to hit it. It has 6 movement, 6 wound. It also has this trait, which is the friendly warning. Explained here, -2 to all knockback performed by the hackathon. The other things to note on here are we have its facing and then its rear spaces. The knockback that it does is -5. It also, with these cards, again, you will get the routine and the signature cards. These go onto the side of the hackathon. So as was stated, you have these AI cards. We're going to draw the first one from the AI, which is Cold Open. Again, this is a tutored card for the prologue. Here we go. Cold Open. How this works is you will see it's going to roll 4 dice in this attack. These are assumed to be automatic hits, so in order for us to dodge them, we need to roll a 6+ in order to dodge a hit. Hits are automatic. They're just assumed that the primordials will be hitting you. Let's decide who this is going to target now. It's going to target closest Titan in front, in range. Now, there are 2 closest Titans in front. It's these 2. It's going to pick the one with priority target. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3. It's going to use 3 movement to get there. It's going to move and attack. So, what it will do is each hit deals 1 danger. How this will work is, again, it's going to get 4 dice. It's going to assume that everything is hitting unless we roll a 6+ to dodge. Now, what we will do here is ignore that and go through the way that the prologue here wants us to. It wants us to assume that we get hit once. So, we will go ahead, take that hit, and we will take the 1. Going to move the dial up to 1. We took 1 danger. Now, we'll set this card aside for a moment. Let's describe what happens with 1 danger. So how this works is you'll look at your Dreamwalker card. You'll see there are this trauma tile. 1 to 3 danger, you draw a minor. 4 to 6, you draw a major. 7 to 9, you draw a grave. And then when you hit 10+, every time after that you'll keep drawing ovals. So we are in the 1 level. We will be drawing 1 minor. Now, we already know what it was because we used it to draw to determine facing, and we put it back because the game wants us to. It is Kratos Whisper. We will be gaining 1 rage, and then that will resolve this. So we'll discard that. Go ahead, go back to our Triskelion. We'll increase our rage. Oops, wrong way. Increase our rage by 1. Now that someone has a rage, as I said, everyone started with 0 rage, but now that someone has 1, the person with the highest rage will gain the priority target. Herodotus already had priority target, so he will go ahead and keep it. Next, we will return to our cold open card, and we will apply the after attack, which is pushback 3. So, how pushback works, it is not the same as knockback, so that trait will not be playing into this. So let's go ahead and push back 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. It's going to destroy this column, resulting in 3. How we know it destroys a column, we take the column terrain card here. We look at the column terrain. It's an obstacle, it's obscuring, and it's destructible. What destructible means is it will be destroyed when something runs into it. So, we have done that, and it is now destroyed. That will end this cold open card. Now we discard it into the AI discard deck. That will end the Hecaton's first turn. Now let's begin the Titan turn, or the hero's turn, however you want to say it, your turn. You can take your turn order any way you like. There's no first to act marker that you're passing around or anything right now, so you're all good. You can decide however it is you want to attack. We're actually going to start by activating Ulesia here. That is this Titan. Let's go ahead, activate her first. She can move a total of, She can move a total of 5 spaces, and she innately will get 1 red dice. All Dreamwalkers get 1 red dice to add to their Titan attacks. Their Titan attacks are going to use Fist, as this is the only gear that we have available right now. It will roll 2 dice. For every hit, you will get 1 red. So, let's go ahead and activate her, move her 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will get right to there, which is in the rear spot of the Primordial. We'll take our dice here. We're going to roll 2 black dice, meaning that we would now need, this adds +0 to our accuracy. If we look again on the Hecaton, it says we will need a 7+ to hit it. So we would need to roll 2 7+s. Or we would need to roll a 7+ to hit on 2 dice. So, again, we're not going to roll this. We're just going to play it out the way it tells us to. So we're going to say we just roll 2 hits. So, when we roll 2 hits, it means we would get 1 red dice per hit, plus our 1 from the Dreamwalker. So this would be a 3 red dice attack. We would draw the first card from the level 1 BP. Again, this is going to be rigged. It is going to be the Right Mighty Fist. How this works here is, this is the Aeon's Trespass field, which would be the amount of breaks we would need to roll in order to wound or take away 1 life from the monster. The monster has a total of 6 life. Now, we would need to roll 3 to break through that Aeon Trespass field, or AT field. I don't know, I think I've heard AT field before. I don't know, sounds familiar. Don't know exactly where they would have gotten that, but I'm sure there's probably no influence on how they got AT field. So we will need to try to break that. The Hecaton also has a -1 to its AT field. That's shown here, has -1. So we only need to roll a 2 to break its AT field. Again, we're going to just go by the rules here that are kind of rigged in our favor. We're going to assume that we would have rolled this dice result. Should be a 1 break, 2 breaks, and a single non-break. It is a potential break. We'll talk about potential breaks when they happen. So, next, as you can see, this would be our 3 breaks. 1, 2, 3 would be enough to break this 3 here, causing a wound. Next, because we've wounded, you can see there's a wound reaction here. Push back 1, gain 1, danger. Then knock back 5. So, we're going to first do our pushback 1, which would do this. That's our pushback 1, where it moved. Next, we have knockback 5, but remember, he's going to have -2 to all knockback, so it's only going to be 1, 2, 3. That'll put us to there. We'll go ahead, gain our danger. I forgot to increase our rage. So, every time you attack, you take your Triskelion, you increase your rage. Every single time you attack. And then now we're also raising up our danger. I forgot to do that. But now that we've taken our danger, now that we've done all that, we have our... Again, this is a 1 BP. So, we're just going to put this here right now so you can see it's a 1 BP. Let's go ahead and resolve the escalation for this now. Now, for the escalation is, you will look at the number on the back of the BP, which we just did. This is a 1 BP. And we're going to go ahead and remove a AI card of the matching number, just the very first one. Not even going to look at it. This will stay here in the wounds. So we're just going to put our wounds stack here. Somewhat still on the board. It's fine. The AI is removed. And what we will do is replace it in both decks. First, we're going to add 1 BP2 to the remainders of the BP1 deck. So here was the BP1 deck. We're now putting a BP2 in there. And we're just going to go ahead and shuffle. So our BP2 will now be on top, which sucks. We'll do the same with the AI. We'll draw an AI2. AI is 1. Go ahead and shuffle to escalate this. So that'll be that. Now remember, we have 1 wound. We have 5 wounds left to go on this thing. And now we have completed the escalation. Because we went with Ulesia here, get her card here. We're now in the second part of the attack. So we'll grab her Triskelion. She has 1 rage that she got from just attacking. If we look here at the Kratos, this is the relation for rage. So with 1 rage, you can leave 1 opening token or 1 potential break token. I forget exactly what they're called. These are the break tokens. These are the opening tokens. We can leave 1 behind and use it collectively for the next attack. Now, we know that there's going to be a body part 2 on the top of the deck, so we can see that. It's going to be a body part 2. As you go up in body parts, they're going to be harder to have. They're going to have a higher AT field. So we're going to go ahead and leave a break token in the pool. And then I'll talk about how we use the pool. So, that ends this tutorial thing. Now, the tutorials... Now it's going to be up to us to beat the rest of the hackathon. The tutorial doesn't explain all the rules. I've noticed that. And again, as I've said, I've had to re-record this because there's rules that are very minor but do affect things if you don't pay like super close attention to them. And because this is just a prologue, it doesn't affect really anything. I just wanted to make sure I got as many of the rules that could possibly come up as I do cover them. So there's chances now, from this point forward, that we will see different things happening, and then I'll explain them and all the rules and all that stuff if they do happen. So I've reshuffled everything, reset it all up. So let's see what could potentially happen, and then I'll re-explain more potential rules if they do come up. But other than that, that is the basis overview at which this game decides that that's all you need to know. So we will go ahead and turn our Sursagard the pilot of this. We'll just tap them to show that we've used them. So we still have everyone else here to use. So what we will do now is continue here with Herodotus. We'll go here, move into the rear. We will go ahead, take Herodotus, who still has priority target. We're going to go ahead and raise to rage. Still going to be able to maintain priority target here. We're going to attack from the back. Now, I'll actually show you how all these rolls, because we will now be making the rolls. So, you're going to get 2 dice. You're always going to have to roll 1 white dice and 1 black dice. The white dice has a chance of doing critical hits or critical misses. There's also another term called full miss and full hit. So these are very neat terms. So again, we need a 7+ to hit. So this would be a 1 and a 3 would be a full. Well, okay, so a 1 and a 7 like this would be 1 hit, but it would be this would be a critical miss if this were to come up. On body part cards, there could be critical miss reactions. That would be this. Now, a 10, on the other hand, this would be on a body part card, would trigger the critical. If you don't roll the white dice, if you don't roll that as being a 10 or whatever you need to critical, then you can't critical the body part card. This would then be a full hit because you've hit with all of your speed, all of your dice that you roll. And then the opposite, of course, this would be a full miss because you missed with both. Now, because you rolled a 1 here, this would not be a critical miss because you didn't roll it on the white dice. So, there's some more rules. Now let's actually roll our attack here. See what we get. Again, we're going to hit on 7+. So we did get 1 hit, which is an 8 and a 6 here. Again, this would be none of that would really matter because the white dice is what matters for criticals. So with 1 hit, we add 1 red, and then we add 1 red from our Dreamwalker itself. So we're going to have a 2 dice to attack with. Let's go ahead and draw this level 2 BP card. We knew it was coming up. Again, this is going to be a 4. So, I don't even know if we can do this. I guess we could. We'll talk about rerolls and stuff as they play out. So, we need a 4 because it has a -1 to its AT field. Now, this was the critical effect here. As I was saying, if we would have rolled a 10 on the white dice, then we could have criticaled this, but we didn't. So we need a 4. Then this will have the wound reaction. This is, again, 2 red dice. So we have 2 potentials here. So we had 1 break and 1 potential. So this potential here is where we could have spent our token, and this would have become a 2. But we needed 4 to break through this anyway. It was very unlikely that we were going to do it. That's why I did the break rather than the opening. So we're going to have no reaction because there's no misreaction or anything. We just failed outright. Again, we'll just discard this. That's the end of Herodotus here. So we'll take his little pilot, his Argonaut card, tap it, show we've used him. So now we have... who else do we have here? We can go 1, 2, 3 to get to here. Again, this would be Salone. So we're going to go ahead and attack. We will raise our rage token to 1. Let's go ahead, attack. Again, fist is pretty much all we have. Everyone's going to get the same exact weapon, which is going to be this. 2 speed, we need to hit on 7+. So that's 2 misses. So those 2 failures. Again, now that would be a full miss. On a full miss, you just directly end the attack and empty this out. You don't do anything else. So, next, again, we tap his cards. So we've used in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be good enough just to get to there. Tap her card. She doesn't get to do anything. Now, I could have re-rolled stuff, but unless I'm going to get, unless I have a chance of getting 2 hits, I'm not going to want to just re-roll to get 1 hit. I'll explain re-rolls when I get 1 hit. So, let's go ahead, draw the next AI card for the Hecaton here, which is another 1. This is going to be a priority target in range, okay? that's that. Next, we have, that's all selected. We have 2 speed here. We're always going to roll the white dice. It's going to hit on, well, I mean, they're automatically hitting. We need to roll a 9+ to dodge this. So we're not going to dodge any of this. Each hit deals 2. That's quite a bit. So each hit deals 2, which is going to be 2 hits. Let's go ahead and move our danger up 2. So 3 to 5 because we took 4 dangers since we got hit twice. So now with 5 danger, will put us into the second phase here. So we will go ahead, draw the major trauma. We drew Heroic Death. First round only. Ignore this card. Find and resolve the Fiery Death minor trauma card instead. Okay? It's not the first round. So this is any other round. You die, but you won't. So you'll immediately stand up, move up to 3 spaces, and perform a bonus attack. Then shuffle this card back into the trauma deck and die. Okay, so we will be doing that. With the bonus attack here, it's going to break, or it's going to stop the after attack. This is called a chain break. So when you perform a chain break, causes us to do an immediate attack back. So we have our fists. We'll roll our 2, which is a 9, which is 1 hit. Since he's going to die anyway, let's explain rerolls. So with a reroll, you can increase your fate by 1. Wrong way. So I increase my fate by 1 on my Triskelion here. And I can reroll all my dice now, or however many dice now. But I pay 1 fate for every reroll, right? And then you have to do it all at once. So let's say I paid 2 fate, then I'd re-roll them both at the same time. But I'm only going to pay 1 fate. So I'm going to keep this 9, pay the 1 fate to do this. So there we go. I got the full hit. Didn't get the critical, but that's okay. The full hit, we got our 2 dice. Again, he's going to die anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. 2 hits, 1 red for each one from the Dreamwalker himself. Go ahead and draw the next Hecaton BP card. So this is the AT field is lower here. We only need 3 to break this. And we definitely got it. That is a lot. That's a 4. So we only needed 3 to break it. This will be a wound. We won't trigger the fail reaction. And we did not get the critical. So again, now we will do this. Go ahead. As you can see, it's a 1. So first we will escalate. Technically, first we escalate the BP. Last time I escalated the AI, but I was just explaining. So this is the second wound now we've done. We only need to do 4 more. First, we'll escalate the BP by taking his level 2 BP, putting it in the deck. Then I'll shuffle. You remove an AI card from the deck, a 1, matching level, and you add a 2. So now I'll shuffle this. So it's going to be an AI 2 on top. Shuffle the BP. Going to be a AI 1 on top. So, now he will die. Oh, first he gets to add a token before he dies, technically. Let's go ahead, add a, again, because, well, he was actually a 2 rage, but it doesn't matter. He's going to go ahead and add his 1 break token. That's fine. Now he dies. So, we leave our 1 break in there. That ends the turn of the monster. That ends all the smash and everything. He did this. This was ended even. So this was the card we were doing. This was ended from the immediate attack afterward. So it ended his attack because of the chain break. So now it goes back. Priority target. Now we get to choose. It will be between Ulesia and Salon because of their Phylactera here couldn't attack, so she has 0 rage still, so it goes to the next person of our choice for priority target. We're just going to give it to Salon, which would be this person, to have priority target. And Herodotus is now dead. So let's go ahead and attack with Salon then first. We'll activate, go up 1 rage, then we'll go to 2. We will start with fists. 2 speed, roll the white and the black dice. Okay, we got 1 hit. I could spend 1 fate, which I will do. So take Salon here, go up 1 fate. Rerolling just this. It's a 9. That will give us 2 hits. Again, that will give us 3 for the pool. We will go ahead, draw the top card, which is a BP1. We will draw that. Here we go. It's going to be a 3 down there. Let's go ahead and roll. Not good at all. We have no way of re-rolling these. We can't spend fate to re-roll these. There are ways of getting to re-roll that, but we don't have access to that right now. Actually, we do. Because we went up to 2 rage. I forgot. Yes, we do. We went up to 2 rage. So because of that, here I'll explain how this works. So actually I can just use Herodotus's because he's dead. I don't need to keep moving all this stuff off of there to track everything. So let's look at the Kratos pool again. They don't really explain this in the thing, but I'll explain it now. So this is the Kratos pool. It's based on your rage. So we were at 2. So you have these first ones trigger in the secondary attack phase. Same with this one. Leaving behind the tokens is secondary. This is a reroll of a red dice, which it would be now. This is adding a red dice, which would be before, when you're adding the red dice. You have, this is a pushback, and this is another reroll. So you could, if you didn't push back, you could take another reroll. And then this is more leaving break tokens. So because we have that, we can reroll one of our results now. So this was our result. We only need to get to a 3. So we're going to go ahead and re-roll one of these. Because we can only re-roll 1 dice. So let's go ahead, re-roll. There. That will now give us our 2 along with the potential break. And we will spend the 1 break token to get to 3, which this is a 3 because it has a -1 to the AT field, which will be a wound. So we will go ahead, spend the break token. We have now wounded. Let's go ahead and do the wound reaction. So it's going to gain 1 fate. Go ahead and do that. Gain 1 fate. We are now 2 fate. It's going to knock us down. So we will gain the knockdown card. So knockdown has its own condition card here. It's kind of weird. Knockdown falling. So this is the size 1, right? Yes, this is the side 1. This is a double-sided condition card. It's really weird. So you were knocked down. Place your miniature on its side as a reminder. You cannot move voluntarily, attack, use actions or abilities unless stated otherwise. If this is discarded by another effect, stand up. See the other side of this card. At the end of your next turn, flip this card. So he is knocked down. We're still gonna do the wound. We're still gonna escalate. He's still gonna get his chance to leave behind his tokens and everything. Technically, the second attack window happens prior to this wounding and everything. So, but anyway, we're gonna leave something behind before he breaks. Again, we're gonna leave a break token. Now this is wounded. Put this in the wound. That puts him at 3 wounds of his 6. So we've only got to deal 3 more. He's knocked down. We're going to go ahead and escalate, which will be drawing out a level 1 AI card of the same thing. So we get that one out of there. We add a AI2 and we add a BP2. So we move the AI1, then we go ahead and reshuffle. We added a BP2 in here. Don't have my deck sleeved yet, so I can't really it's just shuffling is just not the best until I get sleeves, then I can do better shuffling, but so few cards. Okay, there we go. Now, And that will be his turn. So we still have the other 2 turns to go. Let's go to here. Attack with Ulyssia. Increase our rage. We're rage 2 now. Let's go ahead and attack. Again, fisting. We could double roll this for fate to roll them both. Or it would cost 2 fate to roll them both. Sure, I guess. Go increase our to 2 fate. We'll roll them both. Okay, that's a double hit. Much better. So that will be 3 dice. 2 from the hit, 1 from being just the regular Dreamwalker. We will draw the next BP card, which is a BP2 card. Here we go. It's going to need a 3 to hit. Let's see if we can wound it. We do. Even we have potential breaks in there. Don't even need to really worry about spending them, I guess. So we will go ahead. It's not going to trigger the fail here. So again, 1, 2, 3. We only needed a 3. Using this, but I mean, I'm just going to use it anyway because you just do everything gets, unless stated otherwise, you clear the pool every time. Okay, so we spent all those. We got to the 4. That's going to be the wound. This is a fail reaction. It's going to go here before we're done. Let's escalate first, then we'll add the secondary window. So, again, did I put it back? Yeah, I did. Didn't I? Right? Yeah, we're at 4. So we draw 2 AI out. So we draw the 2 AI out. And add a 3 BP. Add a 3 AI. So, right, I've only wounded the 1s, right? Yeah, okay, I did that right. So now we put a 3 BP in. So let's shuffle it up. There's a 3 BP in there. If we draw if we get 3 BP, we're definitely gonna leave behind a break token. No, okay. So we got a 1. See here, we've got a lot of strong AI cards in there. Try to look away as I shuffle. Shuffle kind of like away from me like this. Okay. Oh, of course I put the 3 on top. Okay. That'll be that. So yeah, we're definitely gonna we'll just put another break in there and go 1, 2 to here. Let's go ahead and do our fists. It'll be another 2 black. When we got the 1 hit, I guess we'll take the 1 fate. Yeah, because this is the first time she's ever even been able to attack. So she goes up 1 rage. We'll take the 1 fate to re-roll. Same thing. Okay, so we got 2 red dice only this time. 1 from the hit, 1 from the Dreamwalker. We draw the level 1 BP card. Okay. We just need a 1. Yes, 1 and 1 potential. It's fine. So we'll use, again, we'll just use this because it doesn't matter. Totally broke this. We did not fail, did not critical. Okie dokie. This was another 1. Put that here. Draw out a AI1. There's only 1 AI1 left in there. So we draw out the AI1, put in an AI2. Now it's nothing but 2s and 3s. Okay, so that's how this game works. It makes it so they become like harder as they get nearer to death, and he's very near death now. Then we put his level 2 BP card. We shuffle this up again. Okay, so that's going to be a 3 BB card on top. We'll just leave the break there. It's not even going to matter, probably. All right, that is the end. Hero's turn. We draw a 2 AI. See what happens. This is going to be a target. Priority target in range. Fair. This was Salone, who's knocked down. So, move and attack, which he just did. Each hit deals 1 danger. Okay. 3 plus fate. I don't think anybody's at 3 plus fate yet, but that's what this means. 3 plus fate. We're not there. Alright, this is going to be hitting on a 9, or we need a 9 plus to dodge. So here we go. Of course we did not, so it's going to do how much? It's going to, each hit deals 1. So it's going to go ahead, push our danger to 2. Okay, we are now at 2 danger. Draw our minor trauma. Okay. Going to get another bonus attack from this minor trauma. It's going to stop this. It's going to stop Chain Fist because we're going to get a chain break. And then, if you have the knockdown condition, falling, which we do, immediately stand up instead. May immediately perform a bonus attack. Okay, so we're immediately standing up, but so it does cost the chain break. Immediately standing up. So, stand up. If you put your miniature, yeah. If you move, start of your turn, stand up, this card is blah blah blah. So we're just going to stand up and discard the card. Cause the chain break, stopping that from happening. Discarding the card. Discarding the minor trauma. We immediately stand up. Perfect. In the sense that now we have to deal with the BP3. Perfect in not that sense. So let's go ahead and attack with Salon here. It's going to move his rage up to 3. Again, we take our fists. We did get a critical. I don't think it's going to happen on a BP3, but whatever, right? Let's spend 1 fate. Let's go up to 3 fate. And re-roll this, see if we can get another hit. We do not. Okay. So we have a critical chance here on a BP3 card. I doubt that will happen. BP3 card. Have a critical chance. Okay. Not going to happen likely. I don't even think it's possible. So we only roll 2 dice. That's going to be a 2 with the potential to put it up to 3. This needed a 6, so we did not get there. So it's going to perform its instinct, push back 2, and plus 3. Okay. Then we've got a whole bunch of other stuff that's going to happen here. So, Hackathon gains 1 positive danger token, positive attack dice token, and a positive precision token. After the fight, resolve the no mercy for the special event. I don't know if that even happens in this prologue, but I think that's actually part of the critical effect, actually. Yeah, no. So that's part of the critical effect. We don't actually do any of that. Alright. So it's going to just push back 2 to here. Going to gain 3 danger. Now, we don't draw trauma cards on reactions for danger, but that's still going to put us to 5 from our 2. Still not great. And then knock back 3. 1, 2, 3. All the way to there. Neat. So then we discard the BP card. We have a BP card 2 on top. So let's clean this pool up. Let's see. Oh no, we can still leave behind 1. We'll leave behind 1 break token because it's a BP2. Could have re-rolled, but again, doesn't really matter. Actually, we're at 3 rage. Yeah, we're at 3 rage. My bad. We can leave 2 break tokens behind. So, at 3 rage, here I'll show it. At 3 rage, we can leave 3, or 3 rage, we can leave 2. Reroll wouldn't have mattered last time. Never were going to hit that 6. So we leave 2 break tokens behind. Let's go ahead and attack with Elysia. 1, 2, 3. Get to here. We'll increase her rage to 3. Attacking with fists. It's a double miss. We'll spend 2 fate. Why not, right? Spending 2 fate. Going up to 4 fate. Reroll both of these. Double miss. Really wish I could have done that. So, that is a total miss. Means you just go right to discarding these and you get nothing else. You don't get any kind of putting back in tokens. You don't get anything. It's a total miss. So that sucks. Next, we will go with the last one. Flectera. Going up to 2 rage. Okay. Well, now we have no break tokens because of that full miss. But he's on his final wound. We just got to do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 here. Yeah. So Philotera, or, yeah. Fists, not good. 8 and a 4. I guess we will take 1 fate for her because it doesn't really matter. Take 1 fate, bring her up to 2. We roll this one. So there's another miss. Okay, so we have 2 red dice. Drawing a level 2 BP card. I need a 4. It's possible. It's possible. That was a 2. That's 3. We needed a 4. We would have had 1 break token. We would have got it. No, wait, that's 2. The break token would have been 3. Yeah, would have been 4. So we needed 2 break tokens. Well, that sucks. So we could re-roll one of those just for funsies because it doesn't matter because she's a 2 rage. We'll re-roll this for fun. Yeah, so with the 2 break tokens, we could have wounded this. So we will end up failing, which is not great. So now we resolve the fail. Gain equal to the primordial level. So we just gain nothing because it's a level 0. We gain no danger. We discard the card. Leave behind 1 break token. Okie doke. Now it is back to the primordial turn. Let's draw the primordial level 2 AI. See what happens. Target zone 2. So with zone 2, it's going to be everything within 2 spaces of the primordial. So it's going to be both of these, and we're going to roll at the same time because everything's considered at the same time. Now, even though we're going to resolve them at different times, if a chain break were to happen, it doesn't interrupt the rest of the resolving. So say she got a chain break, the attack would still happen. I guess unless she killed it during the chain break. Like if she got a bonus attack, chain broke, and kill it, it would stop it. But otherwise, a chain break does not end the attacks on these. So they're both getting attacked at the same time. Let's resolve first here with Ulesia. So, each hit's going to deal 1 danger. It's going to be 2, so let's go ahead and roll 2. No evasions, because we need 9+. So that's going to deal 2 to Ulesia for damage. So it's going to put us at 3 danger. Still going to be a minor, so we'll go ahead and minor. Right, so here's her minor. Exhaust all your exhaustible gear. If no gear is exhausted by this card, you are knocked down. Okay, so she's going to get knocked down, which will be fun. So she'll gain the knockdown. Falling side first. This side falling. Alicia is going to gain knockdown falling side first. Okie doke. Now we resolve the other one. Again, no miss or no evasion because you need a 9+. Each hit is going to deal danger. So we'll go ahead and do the danger now to bring us to 2. All right. Let's draw our minor trauma. Okay. All your attacks gain critical miss, gain +1 danger, and then immediately fully miss the attack, which is just full miss. They could have bolded it because that is a thing. So this is going to be a condition trauma. It's going to stay with us. So if we crit miss, we'll have some things happening. Okay, then everyone's going to resolve a knockdown. The other person got knocked down anyway from their trauma, but now we're going to get another knockdown onto her. So she's going to get knocked down. That will finally resolve these. And then after final attack, perform signature. Let's go ahead and perform the signature now. Our signature is SWAT. Here we go. Closest Titan in front, in range. So, should have turned and moved, or should have turned when it, actually it didn't. Yeah, okay, so it didn't turn around. So this was just target and then it attacked. It didn't do like a move and attack, like this one says. Move and attack is what causes it to turn. So it didn't turn. I was right not to turn it the first time. Okay, and then attack. If there's 3 fate, it's going to gain +1 dice. This person does have 3 fate, so it's going to gain +1 dice. And then each hit deals, what is it? +1 or 1 danger. Okay, it's going to get to him. Boop. It's going to deal. We're going to get 3 now because he's at 3 fate. Each hit's going to deal 1 danger. Yeah, that's going to be 3 hits because I needed 9+. It's going to give knockback 5, which will be fine. We're going to take 3 more danger. That's probably going to kill him. So 3 more danger is going to put at 8. We'll draw our card. For 8 is a grave trauma. Okay, grave trauma. You die. Shuffle this card back into the trauma deck. Okay. Don't need to resolve the minor or the knockback now, which is great. That resolves the rest of this card because the knockback after the attack doesn't matter. So that was the signature. He's dead, so we'll remove him. Now priority target's going to go to Elysia. We'll draw the card. So they're knocked down. They stand at the end of the next turn. So they're going to not stand this time. So now we draw another level 2 AI, because that's all that's left. Level 2 AI, we have closest Titan in front in range, closest Titan in sight. So, again, it's going to be a tie here, so it's going to go after the priority target, which is Elysia. So that's her, who's knocked down. Then, move and attack. Each hit deals 2 danger. If they have 5+ fate, it's 3 danger instead. Elysia does not have 5+ fate. She has 4 fate. So, 2 dice on an 8+. Wow. That's 2 misses. We succeeded both. And then after attack is knockback 5. Okay, so we're going to get the knockback 5 from the after attack, which is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to the end. Okay, that is that. Next we stand up. Okay. Start of your turn, stand up. Okay, let's hope we can defeat this thing. We only have to do 1 wound. This is all empty. Oh no, it's not empty yet. That's right. The last person did hit, so all gets to stay. Okay, let's go with Phylactera first. She's going to go to 3 rage, which will be great. She'll go ahead and just attack now with her fists. Again, fist is just 2, hitting on 7+. Oh man, that's a double miss. I'll have to raise her fate to 4 and see what happens. Raising her fate to 4. We just can't critical miss now, because I've already spent the fate. So no critical miss, please. Okay, so that's 1 hit. It's going to only be 2. 2 red dice. Okay. Let's draw the BP card. BP2 card. Need to get a 5. Don't think it's possible to get a 5. Yeah, I think it's impossible. Yeah, so even if we got the break, I don't think there's 3 on this dice. Is there even a 3 on these dice? There's not a 3 on these dice. And there's not a 2 with a break. Whatever. Just re-roll it because whatever. So, it doesn't matter. Wouldn't have mattered. Can't do it. It's a fail. Gain eater. Gain 0. Because it's to the primordial level. We're gaining nothing. Alright. Now, because she has 3 rage, she can leave 2 break tokens. So, basically, we just need to hope we can wound here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We just need to get to here, wound, and we'll be done. Here we go. Gaining rage. So 4 rage now. We're at 4 rage, 4 fate with Ulysia. She is still priority target because she still has the most. Gonna go fists again. We will... Three and a 6. We're gonna have to spend 2 fate. She's got the 6 fate. But here we go. It's a double crit. Which is amazing. So double crit gives us 3 dice. We're drawing the BP1, the final BP1 in the deck. Only need to get a 2. So we just need a potential break because we have 2 break tokens in there. So here we go. Potential break is all we need. We got the potential break. We got 2. This is enough to wound it anyway. So we have re-rolls because we're at 4 fate. We could have re-rolled twice, but we don't need to. We don't need to do any of this. We spend our 2 break tokens. All of this, none of this matters at all. Any of those break tokens. This will kill the monster now. Or kill the primordial. So, let's look at the critical rewards now. So we did all 5. Oh, actually, wait, this is the critical. We get to see what happens on the critical here. So, critical, as the reign of God, gain 1 positive. It doesn't matter. So nothing happens. So that's the end of the fight. So now we look at what we got for resources. So how you determine your resources, you go back through the entire body parts. And that's 1 ambrosia, 2 ambrosia, 3 ambrosia. I forget what this one is. 4. We got 5 ambrosia and whatever that symbol is. But that's how you tell what your rewards are. They're linked to the body parts, which is really cool. That's a really cool thing. So whatever that other thing is. Otherwise, we got 5 ambrosia. So that is the end of the fight. That is how you play Aeon's Trespass. For the most part, there's a lot of rules, and there's a lot of jumping back and forth between cards, which is weird, as like, you have first windows, secondary windows, stuff like that. But that is the basic overview of the Learn to Play, plus all like a little additional rules that aren't included in the Learn to Play that could come up when you fight. So, if this was enjoyable... Mostly I stick to Kingdom Death stuff, but if it was enjoyable, if you watched the whole thing, make sure you leave a comment telling me you want to see more of this game. Otherwise, I don't know if I'll keep making videos on it. I'll play through it, and then maybe I'll review it instead, rather than keep playing it. But if you want to see me keep playing it, I'll keep going. So, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you learned something, and I'll see you in the next video.